now to our next story. As you already know, monsoon session of the Parliament started on the 18th of July, so last Monday. And since the start of Parliament, we've seen multiple showdowns take place. What you've seen is protests by the opposition. As of now, since yesterday, 4 Congress MPs have been suspended for protesting in the House. The MPs, the Manickam, Tagore, Jothimani, Prathapan and Ramya, Haridas, they were all raising slogans, they were holding placards against issues that we've seen the opposition flag and bring up as particularly important time and time again. The first, of course, is inflation, the high rate of inflation in the economy right now. And the second is the GST rate hike. They were protesting on both of these points. Till now, all the 4 MPs have been suspended for the entire monsoon session over what was being called repeated disruptions. Remember, currently the government's also prohibited the distribution of any pamphlets and leaflets or any kinds of placards within the House.
As per the rules, we are giving adjournment motions. Today also I had given an adjournment motion, 6th day, but the government has shown complete arrogance towards the opposition parties.
ये क्या करते? तटिया लेके तटिया स्पीकर के मुंह के सामने रखते हैं. This is highly condemnable. एंड स्पीकर वार्न, स्पीकर आज बहुत स्पष्ट तरीके से वार्न किया, अगर ऐसे ही आगे आप बढ़ते हैं तो मैं एक्शन लूंगा.
We keep telling in the Business Advisory Committee that give us a discussion under adjournment motion. What has been the response of the government? They have tried to avoid responsibility. They have tried to avoid discussion. And now, what they are trying to do? They are trying to intimidate us.
आपका अधिकार है बोलने का, परंतु बोलने के लिए व्यवस्था है. परंतु आप यदि हंगामा करते हैं, अन्य जो मान्य सदस्य हैं उनके अधिकार का हनन भी करते हैं. उनके अधिकार का रक्षण करना भी चेयर का जिम्मा है.
The second week of the monsoon session of Parliament kicked off on a stormy note.
Congress MPs have been
4 Congress MPs from Lok Sabha have been suspended for the rest of the session. The trigger, they held placards inside the House in protest against rising prices, something which is banned inside the Parliament complex. The suspended MPs are Manickam Tagore, Jothimani, Ramya, Haridas and Prathapan.
Every day we are using the parliamentary rules. As per the rules, we are giving adjournment motions. But the government has shown complete arrogance towards the opposition parties.
For the last week, both houses have been repeatedly disrupted by opposition MPs, demanding a discussion on the price rise.
सरकार उस विषय पर चर्चा करने को तैयार है.
Today, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla told opposition MPs that he was willing for a discussion after 3 p.m. but won't tolerate any placard protests inside the House.
मुझे सदन की मर्यादा के लिए कार्रवाई करने के अलावा कोई विकल्प नहीं बचेगा.
प्लेकार्ड दिखा करके हंगामा कर रहे थे. और देखिए, आपका अधिकार है बोलने का, परंतु बोलने के लिए व्यवस्था है. परंतु आप यदि हंगामा करते हैं, अन्य जो मान्य सदस्य हैं उनके अधिकार का हनन भी करते हैं.
But when the session resumed, the opposition MPs returned with the placards. Amid the storm over suspensions, Prime Minister Modi had a message for the opposition.
ये हर एक राजनीतिक पार्टी का दायित्व है कि दल का विरोध, व्यक्ति का विरोध देश के विरोध में न बदलें. विचारधाराओं का अपना स्थान है और होना भी चाहिए. राजनीतिक महत्वाकांक्षाएं तो हो सकती हैं, लेकिन देश सबसे पहले है, समाज सबसे पहले है, राष्ट्र प्रथम है.
But there was another flashpoint brewing. The Congress claimed that during President Murmu's swearing-in ceremony, leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha, Mallikarjun Kharge, was not given an appropriate seat. Kharge was seen sitting next to Union Minister Narayan Rane and Sarbananda Sonowal. Congress has complained to the Rajya Sabha chair, calling it deliberate disrespect. But the centre said Kharge was made to sit in the front row at par with the cabinet ministers.
Cabinet ministers are above the leader of opposition as far as the order of president is concerned. He was given allotted seat in the first row, and when he complained that it is in the corner, Then the staff who were there, they arranged something and requested him to come in the middle. He refused that. The intention shows that they want to make issue out of a non-issue.
So is the government simply going by the rule book, or there's an attempt to silence the opposition? Bureau Report, CNN News 18.
All right, and more within the same story, my colleague Anusha Soni actually spoke to one of the suspended MPs, Manickam Tagore. Take a look at this conversation. It took place late last evening.
Why were you holding a placard when the speaker had already warned you against it? Wasn't there another way of protesting?
We had been using all the parliamentary rule-based approaches. Means morning 8:30 to 10 o'clock, we can put adjournment motions on different kind of issues. We had put that thing. I had put it particularly on the issues of, particularly about the LPG price rise, essential commodities price rise, and separately for the GST rates being fixed and its implications on the essential commodities. And we had been putting adjournment motions for the past 6 days. Today is the 6th day. Not even 1 minute or one leader from the opposition has been allowed by the treasurer benches to speak about price rise or the GST rates or the LPG rates for 1 minute also. Now we are left out with no other option, and the cameras has been centralized by the Sansad TV, and they are only showing the treasury benches. All is well. That's the story they want to bring it. Therefore, we have to show to the people that what we are protesting. This is the craziness of the ministers. This is the crazy mindset of the ministers and the arrogant attitude of them. We are not asking for the finance minister to speak about GST. We are asking about the LPG to be discussed. 1,053 rupees LPG cylinder cost, madam. LPG doesn't come under finance minister. It comes under the petroleum and natural gas minister. What happened to the Mr. Puri? Puri is well. He is coming to the house. Every day he is coming to the house. Therefore, let us come to the point that they are not ready for a debate. That's the problem. Their arrogance is that they are not ready for any kind of debate. They just want to be run parliament as cheerleaders. We have to just cheer them up. Say think that everything is going fine. Opposition party has to take the issues of the people to the parliament.
क्वेश्चन आवर भी उन्होंने चलने नहीं दिया, कांग्रेस के कुछ सांसदों ने, और प्ले कार्ड स्पीकर साहब के चेहरे तक वो ला रहे थे। तो स्पीकर साहब ने वार्निंग दी पहले कि भाई ये नहीं चलेगा। तो ये एकदम मैसेज क्लियर था। इससे पहले स्पीकर साहब ने अपने चैम्बर में हम सबको बुलाया। पार्लियामेंट अफेयर्स मिनिस्टर हमारे प्रहलाद जोशी जी भी थे, मैं भी था, और अधीर रंजन चौधरी जी को भी बुलाया, कांग्रेस के जो लीडर हैं, और उन्होंने हाँ की कि नहीं, प्ले कार्ड हम नहीं दिखाएंगे। लेकिन उसके बाद भी नहीं माने। इस वजह से ये मोशन लाना पड़ा, रिजोल्यूशन ला करके, और ये 4 जो ज़्यादा प्ले कार्ड दिखा रहे थे उनको पहले नेम किया स्पीकर जी के द्वारा, और उसके बाद पार्लियामेंट अफेयर्स के द्वारा वो मोशन लाया गया। तो उसके बाद वो सस्पेंड हुए।
सस्पेंड तो ये विद वेंजेंस कर रहे हैं, और ये सस्पेंशन करना ठीक नहीं है कि अगर डेमोक्रेसी में सच बात को सदन के सामने रखते हैं और उनको डराने की कोशिश ऐसी सरकार की ओर से होती है, ये बहुत बुरी बात है। तो इसका मतलब यही है कि इस देश में डेमोक्रेसी को खत्म करना चाहते हैं मोदी जी।